Swiss rookie. 3 Swiss riders in a row. Paul de Pourtalès, he's a Swiss, but he's living in Le Grave in France, so just getting into the Nar. I watched him do an incredible video in the Trifide couloirs. He was trying to live up to Joey Vallone, but he is so exciting. I love watching Paul de Pourtalès ski, second overall in the Challenger, just behind Victor Hill-Woods, and now on course, trademark aggressive, powerful skiing.
Very fast, very aggressive, and coming from Le Grave, he is comfortable in steep exposed terrain. There's very few places in the world that are as steep and exposed as Le Grave, and that is the mountain that raised him. So we'll see how he works through this. He's over on that far skier's right side of the venue.
Yeah, you can see there's some corner pieces here, but he's getting way over into this cheese grater, using the bushes as a takeoff. Clean, popping off. He's got this windlet feature now, up and over and safe. That one has been challenging for some of the other riders, but Paul de Pourtalès now coming down onto this big buttress that we've seen a lot of action on, taking a really smooth approach onto that.
Yeah, and going again somewhere new. Those upper airs had a lot of exposure below them that you can't see in this shot here, but when you get the wide shot, there's so much exposure, and he's just going to pop up and over. I think he's hunting something else.
Oh,
the crowd's getting excited.
This was pioneered by Maëlle Olivier a few years ago. The biggest air on this face. Paul de Pourtalès making short work of it. A completely different take on this face, and absolutely aced it. Amy, what a take on this venue.
That was a massive rookie cannonball. That was insane to go over where no one's been, and I just, looking up at the screen, that is a huge piece. And listen to this Spanish crowd. I mean, we can see them. They're on their feet. They're stoked. That was a performance. I mean, I am looking at his tracks, and that was a chunk of air. I mean,
good stuff.
Wow.
That was pure free ride, too. That was almost a throwback to the old days. Find the biggest feature on the venue and point it.
Love the crowd here.
Wow, let's take a look back at this run. We started off with this cheese grater pepper air that's very committing and above a lot of air, and he just flies through it quickly, up and over that windlet, stays in control, gets in the shifty, but we didn't know his sights were set on this massive air. He's gonna wiggle through that takeoff, find the landing, and hold on to it, and that snow was like hot, sun affected.
Yeah, hot pow.
Wow.
He had to make a serious redirection move just to get to the takeoff angle so he didn't land into the side of that canyon wall. And the precision of his foot placement, everything about that, absolutely mind-bending stuff from Paul de Pourtalès. Hover air line tracker. You look at him moving across, and then just unleashed at the end. For sure, the biggest air we've seen today.
That's the definition of transferring with intent, though.
If I'm heard. But lovely to be here. And thanks for everyone who helped me along the way. Merci tout le monde, merci les copains. Salut à la maison. Je vous embrasse.
Wow.
What a polite young man.
Wow.
Let's see.
Saying hi to everyone at home. Even translating it for us there, doing it in English and French. This is a polished professional.
He's another Freeride World Tour overachiever. He's an engineering student, and he had kind of this like self-labeled underdog mentality in his interview, which I thought was really interesting because that was an underdog skiing there.
All right, a 73.13. So Paul sliding into the top 10 with that huge move.